as I do my makeup, I could tell you stories about my brother. He once left me at the fair. We were like maybe 11 and 12. He was 12 and I was 11. And he was supposed to be with me. His friends were there. And I was like, well, I'll just hang out with his friends. My grandfather said, don't leave him. Right? Don't go anywhere else. I said, oh, okay. I'll do that. Older brother, by the way. He decides, you know what? You're taking too long. I woke at it. I was like, I didn't walk at a walker yet. And, he was like, yeah, you're taking too long. I'm gonna leave. I was like, what do you mean you're gonna leave me? Yeah, I'm leaving you. Bye. And he left me. At a fair, by myself, when I was supposed to be always with him. And I called my grandparents, and I guess they weren't home, or maybe they were asleep, I don't know. Something happened, I can't remember. So, I sat on the bench, and I didn't move. I had my drink, I had my food, and I didn't move. Because I was like, you know what? I'm not getting in trouble for this. I'm not getting in trouble for this. Because it wasn't my fault. I was told to stay with him, but, you know, if he runs away from me and doesn't, you know, stay where he's supposed to be, like, how is that my fault? You know? Very, very stupid. So then, end of the night comes, and we go home. Obviously, you couldn't go home without me. Well, back to my grandparents' house. My grandfather was like, you really left your brother? I was like, no. I'm gonna be really honest, and this is the first time I ever, like, stood up to my grandfather, because it wasn't like he ever yelled at me. He yelled at me, like, once or twice. And I said, you know what, I was like, you know what, Grandpa? He left me. He what? He left me. And he was like, what? I said, he left me. He decided to leave and leave me alone and went to go hang on his friends. I've never seen my grandfather so mad. He was like, you left your sister? You left your sister knowing full well I told you not to leave her. Yeah, nothing to say, freaking dick. Anyway, so he got yelled at. So at least that happened. Then there was another time we went to movies. I was like 16, 17. I don't remember how old I was. And we went to the movies. And you would think that he would save me. And my grandfather said, always, like, do not, like, leave. You're supposed to hold your sister's hand, whatever. My grandfather held my hand until I was like 19. I'm 27, by the way. And I said, my grandfather was like, don't walk away from your brother. You guys are leaving the theater at like 11:30 at night. You know, our area isn't that crazy, but I mean, it's still the Bronx and it's still New York, so like anything can happen. So he like crossed the street with me, this big ass street, and I was like, whatever. It's all good, it's all Gucci, whatever. But then when we're walking back at night, 11:30 at night, he kept walking all in front of me. Anybody could have came. I mean, could have grabbed me. I would have just been gone, and he would just been like, I don't know, who cares, you know? That's how my brother is. I put way too much, but that's okay. I'm just gonna blend it out. Anyway, so I'm like, John, you're walking away from me. I'm scared. And then a fight started. Two men were yelling at each other. I don't know about what, but I was like, let me hurry the fuck up. And he's like 2 blocks in front of me. I can still see him, but he's 2 blocks in front of me where he's not supposed to freaking be. He's supposed to be right beside me. My grandfather would always walk with me places. He would always hold my hand, all this stuff, and make sure that like nobody was gonna touch me or whatever. My grandfather is the GOAT. Like he's a good grandfather. Wish my dad was like that, but he wasn't. So And I was like, you're really gonna leave me? Then we get back to the house, to my grandfather's house. He's like, or his apartment, whatever. He was like, what happened? Did you leave her? No, she walked away. And my grandfather was like, did you? Don't lie to me. I said, no, why would I walk away from him 11:30 at night? It's freaking scary. And he was like, my grandfather was like, you're a liar. Like, why do you keep lying to me, to my brother? Like, what is going on with you? Like, oh, it did blend out great. He was like, why do you keep lying to me? Like, what is the problem with you and lying? Like, what is going on with you? Like, it's very weird. Well, they shouldn't. Well, I'm not gonna get into that. He lied about a lot of things. I don't understand why. Like, when we were kids, he lied about my mom abusing him. Like, he got a spanking once. And I know a lot of times people nowadays are like, yeah, you shouldn't hit your kids. I don't remember what he did, but he got a spanking. And that was like the one time he got a spanking. He probably should have got way more. Then when he was like 8 years old, he like we would go to the park, and he'd be like, we were at the park, like maybe 20 minutes from my house, from where I live. And I said, and Mom was like, okay, let's go home, let's go get Subway. And he was like, I don't want to leave. And Mom was like, what? He was like, I think he was like 9 at this time. I don't know, 9, 10, maybe 11. He did it a lot as a kid. And he was like, I'm not leaving. And she was like, what do you mean you're not leaving? We gotta go. We gotta go home. It's getting dark. It's like 6 o'clock. Well, no, yeah, like 6 o'clock. We used to stay at the park for like 3 hours. She was a great mom. She still was. Anyway, and he was like, I'm not leaving. So she would drive around the block, and she would come back. And you could just see he was very, very surprised she did that. She was like, if you don't get in this car right now, you're not going to like it. I'm going to call your grandmother, and your grandma's going to have to come down here and get you, because not me, not I. And he got in the car. But I don't know what the freaking problem was. I really don't. I gotta use the other one, because this one has 100. But I don't get it. I really don't. And then he had like this really bad like animosity to my mom. And like, would be like, oh, you made Dad leave. No, my dad was an abuser. He was a horrible person. And he found that out when my father, in quotation marks, because that man was not a father, like, went to like punch him in the face. He was like, oh, I'm gonna punch you in the face. And I was just like, say what? The one time I defended my brother, because you're not gonna do that. Like, my brother's evil and a horrible person, but you're not gonna hurt my brother. First time I ever saw my brother, well, that's not true. Maybe the second time I saw my brother cry. He kind of deserved it, but I mean, you know, punching your kid in the face, not punching your kid in the face, I don't know. I could tell you other stories about him, but it probably would get my video taken down. Let's just say he's not a good person. He also stole from my mom when he was 16. Because he didn't get Christmas or his birthday. I don't know what he did to get that punishment. He probably deserved it. And so instead of, you know, she sent him into a gas station, because apparently that gas station only took cash. I don't know why, but this was like 10 years ago. And my mom was like, oh, to get out 40 for the gas pump. Put a 40 on the gas pump, whatever, and he would pump the gas for her and stuff because he liked to or whatever. And she was like, "No, okay." And then he took out 100 instead and paid the 40 to the gas station thing, pump, whatever. And then, inside the gas station, whatever, the gas station clerk or whatever the heck it's called. And then, it's not the one I wanted. Where is it? Oh, here it is. No. And then, just took the $60. And then I remember Mom was like, "Did you steal money from me?" He was like, "No, why would I steal money from you?" I should have shook it. Whoops. She was like, "Oh, did you steal money from me?" He was like, "No, why would I steal money from you?" He did it. I don't know why he did that. Very stupid. So he got kicked out. And I remember distinctly, he lied to my mom about what happened. I mean, my grandparents about what happened. And for the longest time, my grandparents, my grandmother, and my mom were really mad at each other. And mind you, those are her parents. And I remember distinctly being like, "That's your kid. Like, you're really believing a child over your kid?" But they thought the sun rose, shined up his ass, you know, as you do. Yeah, I guess they loved me too. I don't know. Sometimes I think they don't. Sometimes I think they're annoyed by me. But you know what? That's okay. I remember distinctly, we went to the, my mom invited him to the pool. And we got back to the car, and the car was moved. And we were like, me and her was like, "Why does the car look like that?" My brother he was like behind us, like a few feet away. So when I said it, my mom was like, "Be quiet." And I said, "What?" And she was like, "I want to see if he denies it." And when she asked him about it, he just smiled. That's how you know my brother's lying. He smiled, right? And he didn't move her car. She didn't call him out on it, but she knows that. I think they had a conversation later, because why are you moving a car? You don't even have a driver's license. You don't drive. What's wrong with you? I think that same day is the day he tried to drown me. Yeah, I think this is the same day. Maybe it was the other day. I don't remember. No, it was the other day. It was the other time, because we went a lot that summer. I think I was like 16, 17. Yeah, I think I was. Yeah, it was like a year after he got kicked out, because yeah, that's if he was 16, I was 17 after that, and then he was probably 18. Not it. I remember that day very clearly. I think he thought it was a joke. I thought he was joking at first, but no, he was holding my head down in like 6 feet of water. No, I'd say no, 10 feet of water, because I'm very short. I'm like 5'2". And I remember the lifeguard came up and was like, "What are you doing to him?" Like, they were like, "What are you doing? Is there something wrong with you mentally? Like, what is going on with you?" And my brother was just laughing. I was just like, "Oh, okay. There's something wrong with you. Yay." I remember my mom got really mad. She was like, get out of the pool to me. And I was just like, "So you didn't just see him do that to me? He didn't do anything." I said, "Oh, okay, we're going to act like that didn't happen." Bet. I was like, "Bet. You're going to act like that shit didn't happen? Bet. Bet. No joke. You're going to act like that didn't happen? Okay. Hope he never does that to you." My brother's a nasty person. My mom once asked him for help. She wanted him to help her walk to the pool. We were in the Poconos, and she wanted him to help her walk to what was it, the pool, because the pool was kind of like maybe like a 10-minute walk for her, because he was at a walker. I mean, Kane at the time. She was at walking now, and he was like, what did he say? Bro, I can't remember. I think he said something like, no, I'm not hoping you take too long or some shit. Very nasty. Very nasty. So I walked her. And I was like, oh, thank you for walking with me. I said, John should be doing this, but whatever. Oh my gosh. Where did it just go? Oh, there it is. I dropped it. Where the heck? You know what? I'm gonna use this one. But anyway, there was a time, I think I was like, I don't know, I was in high school. I can't remember what date, what time, how old I was. And my mom had told him to pick me up, but I didn't realize that. I don't understand why she didn't call to school and say, oh, your brother's gonna pick you up today. She was going to pick up her new car, which is important because she drove us everywhere. And I waited for her at my high school because my mom always told me never leave. Wait for me. I was calling her. She wasn't answering the phone. I waited like an hour at that point, and I was like, what is going on? My first thought was, oh my God, something happened to my mom. No joke. I was like, something must have happened to my mom. She never leaves me anywhere. Something must have happened to my mom. What if she got into a car accident? I was so scared. I didn't realize my brother was supposed to be coming to get me that day. But she knew she wasn't going to come and get me because she had to go pick up the car. So she told him, oh, pick up your sister, and he just didn't. So I like, school got out at like 2:45. I left like 4. So we had like hour and like 15 minutes. And I was like, you know what? I'm going home. I got a bus pass. This will be fine. I'll just go home. If something happened, then I guess I'll find out or whatever. And so I went home because I'm not sitting out there all that time. No. Where's my brow stuff? Oh my God, where did I put it? Oh, it's behind it. And so I go home. I get off the bus. You know, I was right there. I guess she had just gotten home or whatever. Maybe she was looking for me. Maybe she said she went to the school. So I don't know. Maybe that was God or Jesus or any other, person that was watching out for me that day. Because I sat there in Parkchester for an hour and a half or hour 15 minutes, and nothing bad happened to me because there's a lot of creeps around there. Bronx is a not so safe place. Anything could happen to me. But guess he didn't really care about that because he's not really a good person. Anyway. But so then I got off the bus, and my mom was like, where were you? Are you okay? I was just like, I was at the school this whole time. You didn't come and get me. And at first I was mad at her. I was like, where were you? And she was like, I told your brother to come and get you. And I was just like, you what? Oh yeah, your brother was supposed to come and get you and pick you up from school. I was like, and he didn't, right? And I remember she was so done with him. She didn't even yell at him. She was just like really quiet. And my mom is really quiet. She is done. Like, no apologies. No apologies, because my mom is over it. Over it. And to be honest, I understand where she's coming from because that was insane. Where the heck did I put the stupid spray? Was it in here? Oh, yes it is. In here. I just hope when I have kids they're not like this because, oh my god. Oh, that always makes me sneeze. But anyway, you know, I don't know what's going on with my brother. Like he's been going through it. I don't know. I think it's freaking karma because he's always so nasty to people. I don't know. That's what I think anyway. He's lost many jobs over his attitude, and that's not gonna stop. Cause not like I'm wishing like bad things on him, but he needs to get his life together. He's 29. Like, get your life together. It is not that serious. Like, it is not that serious. The way he talks about women is crazy. He be calling them bitches and hoes and shit. Like, when was the last time you ever kept a girlfriend? Maybe that's, I don't know, indicative to something to do with you. I mean, I don't really think he deserves a girlfriend because of what he's done in the past to women, but I don't know. Would they believe me? I don't think so. Because, I don't know. Every single time I think about his crazy ass, I'm just like, oh my god, I'm putting more because that was not enough. I can do whatever I want. It's my look. Now it's too much. But that is what a beauty blender is for. See, just blend it out. I don't know. The thing that really pissed me off is, what was that, 2021? I think it was 2021 or 2022. It was either 2021, 2022. It was in the summer, in the winter time, I remember that. I wanted to get my own phone account. My own phone and stuff, my own phone contract. And he was like, oh, you don't have enough credit. I'll, like, get it for you. So I got an Apple Watch. I got headphones. I think I got Beat headphones or something. And I was just like, I'm going to pay off the headphones and I'm going to pay the bill. He was like, I'm going to pay like $600 for the phone. I said, no, you don't have to do that. No, I'm going to do it. I said, okay. I'm not thinking of anything else because my brother is always mean to me. So I was thinking he was being nice to me. Anyway, so the bill comes. He's like, oh, it's $70. I said, okay. So I paid it. At the time, that was very cheap. My other bill was $100 and something. And my mom was like, I can't pay that anymore. But I didn't have a job at the time. So I was just starting, and then I was just starting a job. So I was like, well, I'll be able to pay him. So I would cash out him the money. Turns out my bill was actually supposed to be $40, and he had lied to me for March, April, May, June, like 4 months. And I was like, yeah, I called to see how much I owed for it was an iPad and the headphones. That's what it was. It was iPad headphones. I got the Apple Watch way later. And it was like $400 for the iPad. Because I think he put like $300 down or something for the iPad. Thank you. That's nice of you. Thank you so much. And I think the headphones were like $125 or something like that. I thought it was them like, I don't know math. Anyway, I owed them a lot. Anyway, so I was just gonna pay it. Like, it would be added on to your bill. So I think the bill at the time was $70 because of that. Right? So so I, when I found that out, I was like, what? Right? So I said, you know what? Let me out of this contract. I was like, you know what? I'll just pay for my own phone. Let me out of the contract. No, I'm not letting you out of the contract. I'm like, what? He's like, no, I'm not letting you out of the contract. So it was in my grandfather's name. So I asked him, I was like, what's gonna happen? Like, what do you want me to do? He was like, just stop paying him. What's he gonna do? I was like, no, but then he'll have to pay and stuff, right? So I had to fight. I had to get my grandfather on a three-way. I had to get my grandfather on a three-way call, and the lady was like, call your grandfather, have him on a three-way call, which I don't know how to do, so she had to set it up, and have him say you could get taken off the account. I said, okay, bet, right? I was like, Grandpa, can I please get off the account? He was like, yeah, sure, and authorized me. It was in his name, so. And then I got my own account. But to this day, I don't know what his problem was. It was like I had a freaking abusive ex. Like, you're my brother. Why are you acting like that? It's not that serious, really. It is not that serious. I don't get it. He obviously has problems. I don't know. People will find out who he is as a person. I believe that wholeheartedly. People are gonna find out who he is as a person. He's not a good person. He really isn't. I mean, who would steal from their mother? That's crazy. And my mom raised us. She is a single mom. I'm not even gonna say was. My mom is a single mother. Okay, she took care of us. Worked 3 days on the weekend. 12-hour shifts in the hospital. Horrible. For 32 years. Like, my mom gave us everything we ever wanted. I really never had to ask for anything. Like, we always had food in the fridge. My brother used to lie and say that we didn't have any food in the fridge. Bro, just because you don't know how to freaking cook doesn't mean there's no food in the fridge. Because he was like, there's nothing to eat. And my mom would be like, I want you to open this freezer. I want you to open this refrigerator. And I want you to tell me that there's actually no food in there. Like, be honest. And my mom would make pots of food. Spaghetti, chili, rice, other shit. Chicken. And my brother would be like, I don't like that. I don't like that anymore. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Like, and seriously, shut the fuck up, like. It really isn't, like, complains all the freaking time. I don't get it. Like, how pretty is this? This is brown first. But, you know, and then, like, they're really pissing me off. Just recently, my mom, she, like, fell off her bed. Because she's old. She's, like, 62. And I live with her. And so when that happened, I, like, dead ass was like, oh, God, what do I do? So she was, like, falling. So I just, like, kind of was like, just brace yourself and fall. So you're not just, like, so you don't hit your head. And she did that. And then, like, she called my brother. Like, they took so long to freaking get there. I was like, what is going on? Like, my grandmother came. They couldn't, like, pick her up. And, my mom was like, oh, could you move the mattress over? My brother was like, which way do you want me to do it? So she said, back. And she meant to the side. And so he started screaming and yelling, what fucking way do you want me to put it? What fucking way do you want me to put it? And I'm looking at him like, really? You're really acting this way when your mom needs you? Are you freaking dumb? Why is it? Okay, fix it. And, yeah, he was acting like a little shit. And I was like, you're really gonna act like this way when she needs your help? And mom was, and my brother was like, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? Da, da, da. I was like, oh, you're a weirdo. I was like, okay. And my grandma was like, you know what? You need to leave. Like, why are you acting like that? Like, and he was like, you know what? I am fucking leaving. I was like, okay, great. Now I don't have to deal with that bitch. Like, and finally my mom called the actual police and they came and they picked her up. But I was just like, Mom, don't ever do that. Don't ever not call the police because, like, if it's EMS, they'll be able to help you. Be fine. Like, I don't have anything problem with EMS. EMS probably, you know, are better. But please, I don't mess with that. Cause she was like, what is the police gonna do? I was like, they would help you up. And we have our own security here, but they suck. Like, we've called them before, and they went to wrong. They wrote down the wrong freaking apartment, and I'm just like, how do you write down the wrong freaking apartment? Are you dumb? I mean, probably they're dumb. I don't know. And I said, you know, she was okay, but you don't mess with my mom. I don't care. I'll fuck you up. Well, anyway, let me just okay. I'll say what happened when I'll say what happened. Let's just say my brother did something without consent to somebody I know, and when my mom found out, she was just like, so that's all I'm gonna say about that. If this video gets taken down, this video gets taken down. Oh well. Because that person deserves justice. That person deserves love and compassion from their family, but they didn't get it. So it's okay. But I believe in karma. I really do. I believe in karma. I believe that any person that does that to somebody is gonna get what is coming to him. And every single time he has lost jobs, I've laughed, and I'm just like, wow, this person is not gonna get far in life because they view other people as less than. He thinks the sun shines out of his ass. He's not a good person. And I hope he never gets married because he's gonna abuse somebody, I could tell. He's gonna be an abuser and like gonna find him in jail in a couple of years. And everybody's gonna be like, how did this happen? I'm gonna be like, because he's a freaking abuser. Like, that's just the way he is. He abused people for no reason. He finds satisfaction out of it, I could tell. The way he's nasty as fuck to my grandparents, my mom, anybody around him, like, very weird. Very, very weird. He calls me maybe like a month ago talking about he's in the hospital. And I said, oh, you okay? You know, because I'm not that much of a bitch. And he was like, just tell Mom. I said, okay, I'll tell her. And I told her. And he said, why did you tell her? I was like, what are you talking about? You told me to tell her. I don't know. I don't know. I think there's something wrong with him. But, hopefully he doesn't hurt nobody else. Because, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's coming. I feel like one day I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna see that he's in jail or something because he did something crazy or some shit to somebody, and I won't really be surprised. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope he's just like to himself, yeah, I'm not gonna ruin my freaking life, you know. Sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes people be stupid. They do stupid ass shit, and they don't really think about other people. I'm gonna put this on my waterline. This is supposed to be. It's supposed to be like this cold. It looks white to me. I'm really scared of anything in my eye, but it's okay. But I don't look that bad. Yeah, too. I wanted to do my under eye stuff. Wait. But I don't look bad as a highlight. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't blend. I remember my nose. Wait a minute. Oh, yes, I did. What's I gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna do. I can find the. Oh, there it is. I like to do makeup under my eyes because it looks better. So brown first. But I don't really care. You know, stuff in life happens. I don't really care about it. I just know that karma happens to people. I know a lot of people are like, oh, these stories why people pick the bigger or whatever, but I do. And because, I don't know, people are weird these days. It's like people don't understand how many people get ganked by certain groups of people. Kind of sucks. That's what this is gonna be. Let's pat it in because I like the way it pats in. Let's do this. Anyway, those are most of the stories I can remember about my brother. I guess that's all of them. Anyway, hope to see you guys comment stuff on this video, I guess, if you want. Alright, bye.